Hello and welcome back to Digital Assets Daily. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in your corner of the world. If you hold and invest in XRP, you will want to watch this video from start to finish, beginning to end. Here we go. Let's just dive right in. Brad Garlinghouse stated, I think one of the things that will surprise us a year from now is that banks will be custodying digital assets directly, said the CEO recently at the Singapore FinTech Festival, as reported by the Daily Hodl. The bank's motives, according to Garlinghouse, will include sharing in the profits generated by exchanges. And because Southeast Asia has this regulatory clarity and there is a lot of progressive forward thinking, Garlinghouse thinks banks in the region will be the first to actually allow for crypto assets custody in their accounts. And then what did we have? U.S. bank to offer custody service for digital assets, one of many. This directly was U.S. Bancorp and had announced a series of moves designed to meet clients' growing demand for crypto services. And then what do we have but Standard Custody and Trust Company receiving their bank charter status from New York State Department of Financial Services as of today. And that would be May 4th, 2021. And what's so big about that is because PolySign, the global standard for digital asset custody. And remember global standard because we're going to come back to that here in a short few minutes. Now, this is a big deal because introducing PolySign, the all-in-one custody solution for digital assets created to scale to trillions under management. And who was part of that? None other but the CTO for Ripple, but David Schwartz is also part of PolySign, amongst a few others. But also what I want to point out too is something that originally David Schwartz had said. He was on stage and he was asked, how does PolySign plan on solving current issues with digital assets? And he said, I really wish I could tell you because it's so freaking cool, but I am under a NDA and I'm not allowed to tell you. NDA is a non-disclosure agreement. So this was something he's been very excited about for a while, and now the time has come. And then going back to even something, Brad Garlinghouse stated, which is the CEO of Ripple, and he stated is even bolder, predicting that half of the top 20 biggest banks in the world would actively hold and trade digital assets, and that was in 2020. And he is also one of the many on the team that believes fiat currencies would go digital basically by 2021. And I think between now and end of the year, the EOI, I think a lot will change as we follow the cycle too. I believe we will see XRP launch in December. And I believe it will continue to climb and retrace throughout the year. So I think it's going to be a very, very exciting year. A little video I want to play for you is IRS understanding the basics of virtual currencies. What was stated directly in this video is all of these virtual currencies, there are different uses for them, not just a form of payment. And I think Ripple is a great example. Now that is a little bit that is highlighted as we go into this video.
Ripple is a little bit different than Ethereum and Bitcoin in the fact that Ripple has a different business model of what they're attempting to do. And what they're attempting to do is basically get into the same market that the SWIFT market is. And the SWIFT market is the exchange of money between banks, either internationally or domestically. And so with the SWIFT payment transfer system, sometimes that can take 3 to 5 days to move a transfer from an account in the United States to an account in Japan. And that time takes because of the negotiation between the banks of how much the fees are going to be, what account to send it to, the verification going back and forth, and those messages going back and forth take some time. Ripple's concept is if two banks sign up and agree that they will participate within the Ripple system, then they can now exchange in their value of the Ripple currency, which is called XPR. And basically what they do is they exchange the XPR instead of the actual fiat currency itself. Rather than having a wire go back and forth, they exchange the XPR. Then the XPR can then be converted back to whatever client account it needed to go into. Now, Ripple states that they believe that they can do this significantly faster than the 3 to 5 days, that potentially they could be done in 5 to 15 seconds of an actual transfer. Now, in terms of how the market has worked before, that would be a significant enhancement to moving money around the world. So all of these virtual currencies that are coming out, there are different uses for them, not just using them as a form of payment. It also works in other scenarios as well, and I think Ripple is a great example.
All right, hopefully my dogs weren't in that. I could hear them barking on my end. Hopefully it doesn't show up on yours. But now moving into the next section here. The Wall Street Journal blasted the SEC, but remember the 2015 FinCEN settlement states virtual currency XRP, not virtual security. And adding to the last video that you heard, he continues the XPR, but he was meaning to say XRP. So here we have, and the actual 2015, May 5th, almost 6 years from tomorrow, actually. And it would be virtual currency known as XRP. So even in the FinCEN settlement, they're stating virtual currency XRP. Also, too, I want to highlight here, shaping the future of cross-border payments. The world is converging on a new global standard, ISO 20022, the de facto global data standard for modern payments. To help enable this next step in global interoperability and meet the evolving needs of our customers, Ripple is now part of the ISO 20022 standards body. The first member focused on DLT, distributed ledger technology. Then I want to move into an article here, Ripple case seen as precedent for cryptocurrency regulation. The SEC remained silent as the market for the digital coin developed. Cryptocurrency experts are closely watching a legal battle between Ripple Labs, Inc. and the Securities and Exchange Commission, anticipating the case could establish precedent and clarify the regulatory landscape for digital coin offerings. And we already know XRP is called the standard for good reason. Also, too, Ripple names new CFO as cryptocurrency firm faces the SEC lawsuit, Christina Campbell, and she will serve as the finance chief of the startup as it deals with a legal challenge from the U.S. SEC. Just to highlight a little bit with Christine Campbell, Ms. Campbell previously served as CFO for about 5 years until March at PayNearMe, a Santa Clara, California-based billing and payments firm, and before that she held senior positions at Green Dot Corp and a bank known for issuing prepaid debit cards. So Ms. Campbell's appointment comes as Ripple is being investigated by the SEC. So she has a great deal of experience. And also, Ripple appointed a former U.S. Treasurer to its board amid the legal fight with the SEC. So blockchain startup Ripple said Tuesday that Rosie Rios, the 43rd Treasurer of the U.S., would join its board of directors. And we're going to get into a little bit of her as well. She has stated during her time as a U.S. Treasurer, Rios oversaw all currency and coin production activities with almost 4,000 employees and an annual budget of $5 billion USD. Stated, I've dedicated my career to financial inclusion and empowerment, which requires bringing new and innovative solutions to said processes, she said in a statement. And Ripple is one of the best examples of how to use cryptocurrency in a substantive and legitimate role to facilitate payments globally. Blockchain and digital assets will underpin our future global financial systems. Cryptocurrency is the what, Ripple is the how. And here you have Rosie Rios, the 43rd Treasurer of the United States. That's pretty significant. Also, too, I want to play a quick video and listen really closely, and even more so at the end of her speech.
You may know that our new $100 note is in circulation. You may know that today we just started selling uncut sheets of that new $100 note, and just in the last few hours, there have been over $300,000 in sales for those sheets. So there is demand. It's great to see there is demand still for collecting these great works of art. Today will be the first time I ever sign an uncut sheet, so I don't know who that first person is, but you are very lucky. And I'm, again, very proud to be part of that. Making American history is what I call it. We are making American history every day. And for those of you who don't know, the Next Gen $100 note is the last denomination of that particular family of notes. We're working on the future generation of currency. So that is my other job, is I'm the chair of the Advanced Counterfeit Deterrence Steering Committee. So as the chair, I oversee the collaborative effort of designing future currency and all the security features that are incorporated into that. And that all goes to the Secretary of the Treasury for final decision. So I'm very proud, again, to be part of that process.
Now let's see if you caught that, where she said this would be the last denomination they're printing before they move into the future of currency. Let's see if we can get that to play again.
And for those of you who don't know, the Next Gen $100 note is the last denomination of that particular family of notes. We're working on the future generation of currency. So that is my other job, is I'm the chair of the Advanced Counterfeit Deterrence Steering Committee. So as the chair, I oversee the collaborative effort of designing future currency.
Designing future currency. And this here is where it gets even more exciting. As Ripple, the company states, today we are proud to announce Rosie Rios as the newest member of Ripple's board of directors and Christina Campbell as CFO. And then what did she respond? Honored to be part of the Ripple family. Let the future begin. And what did she just say? She works on future currency. Again, guys, this is not financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only. But if you hold XRP, hodl strong, as they say with diamond hands, and you will soon be rewarded for your strength and your patience. But before we go, I want to leave you with a final thought. Just because the past didn't turn out the way you wanted it to, it doesn't mean your future can't be better than you ever imagined. I also want to say thanks to our VIP on Patreon, Surf Meister, and to each and every one of you. And we will catch you in the next one.